Well, unfortunately, General Motors and Ford were correct. Electric car sales have fallen. Trump has won. EV sales in the United States plunged by 58% in October. 58%. Wow. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. I do believe that EVs will eventually make up all car sales in the US, 100% of the market. But unfortunately, that's looking further away than what I had hoped. EV sales fell from 12% market share in September to 5% in October. That marked a decline of 57%. To give you some exact numbers, sales were around 150,000 in September. In October, according to S&P Global Mobility, they fell to 64,000. That is an enormous drop. Now, Jim Farley is the CEO of Ford, that EV sales would fall by around 50%. And well, he was pretty much correct, which is extremely disappointing to see. But it's certainly not unexpected. Canceling a $7,500 EV credit completely, replacing it with exactly nothing, well, going from $7,500 to zero is always going to make a big difference. Plug-in hybrids, they got hit hard too. Their market share dropped from 2.2% in September to only 1% in October. 1%. The automotive industry is experiencing a significant recalibration in the electric vehicle segment in the first month following the expiration of federal tax credits, said Tyson Yamini, JD Power's Senior Vice President of Data and Analytics. You could say the EV market is, well, adjusting to demand, but I mean, demand, it's a confusing thing, isn't it? Have a look at Germany. When Germany cancelled their EV credits, their EV sales went down, not this much, but not far off it. And it took them about, nearly 2 years to rebound. Things in Germany, though, have changed rapidly. And Germany has now just instituted 4,000 euro EV incentives, but only on affordable cars that cost a purchase price of under 50,000 euros. Anyway, the massive rush to buy electric cars since July resulted in what S&P Global Mobility calls an EV volume hangover. In other words, July, August, and September stole tons of sales from October and beyond, so it's natural to see this result, they say. Apparently, they say it could have been worse. I don't know about you, but I think 5% market share is pretty damn terrible. Guys, I use PowerShop for my electricity to charge my EV for free between 12 and 2 o'clock during the day. I'll put a link in the description. If you sign up with them, you get a $170 discount to sign up. Also, my solar and batteries. I've got a 50 kilowatt hour battery here, and I've got a big solar array. So I pay $0 for electricity. That's including charging my electric car. Resync Solar is the company that I used. I'll put a link to them in the description below. Actions by multiple manufacturers to reduce EV prices and increase discounts to offset the loss of the federal credit are helping to maintain EV affordability, thereby preventing an even larger decline in EV sales, said Thomas King, president of the Data and Analytics Division at JD Power. Many manufacturers did offer discounts. That's true. Hyundai, big discounts. Yeah, BMW, big discounts as well. Many companies did do this. However, in the month of September, China set new records for EV sales and penetration. Their EV market share hit 57%. Thanks for watching. Germany has brought back EV incentives. Why is it doing it? Well, it wants to save its automotive industry, and it thinks by doing this, it can fix some of the enormous problems with the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Germany has brought back EV subsidies. There are strict new rules on who actually qualifies for them. Buyers can get 4,000 euros, that's about 5,000 US dollars, on electric cars priced under 45,000 euros. Not many cars under 45,000 euros in Europe, or in Germany, I should say. The new Tesla Model Y, the base version, the affordable version, that's actually $40,000. So that qualifies because it's made in Germany, meaning you can now get a Tesla Model Y for 36,000 euros. That's the cheapest they've ever been. This might help Tesla. It might help them because they need some help in Germany. Their sales have been falling there. Anyway, 2 years after Germany scrapped its incentives for electric cars, a move that actually, to be honest, had a very negative effect on EV sales in Germany, the country is preparing to bring back incentives. The new purchase program takes effect on the 1st of January 2026. But it's really not about expensive EVs. This is about affordable EVs and making them more affordable for the average person. The new scheme will be introduced at a pivotal time for the European car industry as it's struggling big time because historically Germany has exported huge numbers of cars worldwide, particularly to China, and those sales have dropped enormously. It's struggling as well because it has to pay tariffs now. German manufacturers have to pay tariffs on the cars they make in Germany and then send to the US. So that's causing them a lot of pain. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz revealed earlier this week that 3 billion euros, that's 3.5 billion US dollars, or around 5 billion Australian dollars, will be allocated for zero emission vehicles purchase incentives through 2029. They're going after basically the average consumers. So, this is really more about targeting low and middle income households, people that might think they can't afford an EV. The program will offer incentives worth 4,000 euros, which is 4,600 US dollars on the purchase of a new EV that's priced under 45,000 euros, which is actually 52,600 US dollars. The previous scheme had a price limit of 76,000. So they brought down the price limit from 76,000 to 52,000. They're really going after those more affordable EVs, which I think is a good decision from Germany. It makes complete sense. Plug-in hybrid vehicles, fortunately, are not included in the program. And that makes total sense because in Europe, particularly in Germany, most people don't even use them as a plug-in hybrid. They just use them as a petrol-powered car. So they don't make any sense there.